Let me tell you about the moment everything changed for me. No, it wasn't in a conference room. It wasn't in a boardroom. It was 10 years ago when I was visiting my home in India. And we were at a family gathering, and we were all talking about the past, we were reminiscing, and that's when I saw my grandma. Her eyes, they were starting to tear up as she talked about her childhood, as she talked about her family home, her family farmland, the land that had been in our family for generations. It supported her mom and dad and their mom and dad. Today, that was becoming unrecognizable. The land that once led bountiful wheat was today cracking under 120-degree sun. Whether you lean left or right, the weather does not care. Floods, they're not checking your voter registration. Hurricanes, they don't care about my political argument or yours. And nature, she isn't just speaking, she is roaring. And it is time that we all listen. Our current economic model, it is built upon accumulation, consumption, more money, more land, more stuff. What if we could change that script? What if we could reimagine our entire economic model? What if the wealthiest amongst us were not the ones with the fattest bank accounts, but the ones that did the most to help our mother nature, to reduce the global carbon emissions? What if those who prevent the most amount of carbon, use the least, are the richest amongst us? Welcome to the era of carbon wealth, of radical reimagining of the economic model that transcends beyond environmental impact. Let me paint you a picture. In this particular model, we're all born with a base amount of carbon dollars. And with each choice that we make, we either deposit or withdraw from our global survival account. So when I walk into a grocery store, everything has a price tag. Not in dollars, in carbon. So when I see two types of carrots sitting side by side, one carrot from a local powered farm, made without chemicals, shipped to the site in an EV that's powered by clean energy. Oh, their price, it's affordingly low in this new economic model. On the other side, I see conventional carrots, grown with fossil fuels, shipped from God knows where. Their price is pretty high in carbon dollars, so that I can see every carbon from farm to fork. In a world where just the shipping alone of the product leads to 15% of the total carbon emissions of it, when I invest and buy these low-carbon carrots, I'm investing in my own survival stash and creating currency and purchasing power in a world where survival is the ultimate economy. Now, you may think this is all too theoretical, it's too out there, can we truly reimagine wealth and money? I argue that we're already living in this world. Take buildings as an example. All buildings, just like even this one that we're in right now, they contribute to 39% of the total carbon emissions in the world. What that means is that buildings are at the forefront of the climate battle. But folks are reimagining how they're put together, utilizing local materials, taking the impact of the nature into account, building with passive strategies, natural ventilation. Developers are focusing on resilience over expedience. And we are today converting these buildings from carbon liabilities to carbon assets. Take the Kendeda Building at Georgia Tech's campus as an example. What's so great about this building? It is a testament to doing as little damage as possible to the world around it. This building, this beautiful structure, it produces all of the energy that it consumes. In fact, it produces more energy than it needs, and the excess goes back to powering things around it like streetlights. So the value of the Kendeda Building is not in its square footage. It's in its ability to give back. Every kilowatt it feeds back into the grid, that's adding to our collective survival lifeline, especially now, when extreme weather events are happening all the time, everything from the California wildfires, which is so devastating, to the Florida hurricanes. We need buildings to be more than just shelters. They're helping us be the active defenders against climate change. Smart design, that means walls that breathe, like the Bosco Verticale in Milan. That means roofs that collect the rainwater, like the Bullitt Center in Seattle. And that means foundations that withstand rising sea levels, like the floating houses in Amsterdam. That's what we need, especially now, where 20-year flood events, they happen every year. Black swan events, those are our present-day reality. And this is the time that we drive the change. A recent United Nations report, it revealed that the extreme weather events have gone up in frequency by 50% in just the last 2 decades. That is bizarre. But here's the powerful truth. We will survive this, just like we do everything else. We are not helpless. All of us, we have shown time and time again as humans our resilience, our ability to innovate, to create, to survive. Europe prospered from the ashes of World War II. Eastern countries, we did just fine after the post-colonial era. And most recently, something we can all most definitely relate to, we just went through a global pandemic and ushered in the age of mRNA technology. That's what I believe. That's what I believe we can do together. We can redefine wealth. We can start making decisions that empower our future. We can start putting value and call the richest, and the richest amongst us will be the ones that do the most to help our humanity, to help the world that we live in. So I ask you, are you ready to redefine wealth? Are you ready to make an investment in our collective future? Because the nature, she is counting on us, and I, for one, am not backing down. Thank you.